Hello guys, welcome to today's video. My name is Josephine. I'm a Nigerian living in Cabo Verde. I live in Sa Island, Santa Maria precisely. Today's video is answering your questions. A whole lot of questions you guys dropped in the comment section for me, which I piled up, and I'm here to reply you guys. Do you know where Cabo Verde Island is located? If you don't know, this channel is for you. If you have been watching channels on Cabo Verde, on my channel, you are going to get this real detailed facts living here in Cabo Verde. I love it here in Cabo Verde. I see Cabo Verde as my Europe in Africa. Sometimes you tell people you live in Cabo Verde, they could always say, is that the name of a city in South Africa called Cape Town? When I tell them I live in Cabo Verde, they are always shocked. Today is going straight to the business. I don't want to beat around the bush. So guys, one of the question here is between Santa Maria and Brava, these are the islands here in Cabo Verde. You know, here in Cabo Verde we have 10 islands and one of the island is uninhabited. The name of that island is Santa Lucia. So this person is saying between Santa Maria and Brava, where is accommodation cheaper? Accommodation is more cheaper in Brava. Number two question here is if someone live in Brava, is it easy to get a massage job there or in Santa Maria? I have not really been to Brava. I have only been to St. Vincent. I can't really tell. But getting a massage job, I think it will be easier in Santa Maria. The other question here is hours by bus from Santa Maria to Brava. I think this person is a new person because here in Cabo Verde, buses don't go to the other islands. We journey by either air or river by the ocean. We journey by ferry or by flight to the other island. So you don't journey by bus or taxi, except when you are already in the island. That is when you use bus or taxi. The other question here is, do we still need to go through an agent when it's a visa free to Nigerians? Sometimes you need agents if you are this person that is slow to processing documents. If you see it like it's going to be stress on you, because I can't speak for you, I'm just saying based on what I know that it's possible for some people. To me, I really see it that you don't need any agent. It's a visa free for people in Nigeria, not only in Nigeria, but for everyone in West Africa. If you are a member of ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African Countries, you don't need any agent. That is why I shared a video on how you can process it yourself when you get to Senegal. Processing means your flight from Senegal to Nigeria. But if you need a coach, someone to coach you, because you may not need any agent, but you need a coach. If you want me to coach you, chat me on WhatsApp. It's not by all means, it's not forced, but it's by choice. The other one again is how will I apply for application when I get to Senegal and book a flight? That is what I just said. Yeah, I already shared a video on that. Go to my playlist on Cabo Verde tips or travels, so you know everything that entails your booking flight from Senegal to Cabo Verde. The other question here is how much is the proof of fund to show at Cabo Verde Embassy in Naira? The proof of fund, I think that is the BTA. BTA is a proof that shows that you going to another man's country, you have this money. The BTA is $1,000 or €1,000. You know, here in Cabo Verde they use escudos and euro, but if you have it in dollar, they will also change it for you. And I also shared a video on that. You can also check it out. The other question here says, how do I search for jobs I already shared a video on that, on tips and tricks on getting a job, and I also shared a part 2 of it if you are the type that want to use your skills or handwork to work here in Cabo Verde. So check those 2 videos out. The other question here is how much do I budget than if coming from Nigeria? I already shared a video on cost of relocation from Nigeria to Cabo Verde. Go to my playlist and click on tips on Cabo Verde. The other question here is a total numbers of days spent on road journey to Senegal. I shared a video on how to journey from Nigeria to Senegal. I shared everything all about the movement, well detailed step. So this your question, you will get it from that video. The other question here is a airport fee in Senegal and Cabo Verde. When you say airport fee, I don't really understand, like tax. You don't pay tax in Senegal, but when you get to Cabo Verde, you pay tax. And the tax money here in Cabo Verde is 31 euro, which is, I think it will be 3,000 escudos or 3,000 something escudos. It's a little money. The other question here is how easy to get an accommodation. Getting an accommodation here is not easy and so very hard. I already shared a video on accommodation, like 2 or 3 video. Check it out. The other question here is how soon can one get residence? Getting a residence is a separate video I will have to make, because I will be talking all about getting a resident, how fast one can get it, and the documents you need for it. And this person also goes again by what are the documents they need for resident permit. This is all what I just say. I am going to make a video and grind it all in it so you understand better. The other question here again goes by, can a woman in her 50s, looking 30s and ready to start a business relocate to Cabo Verde? So yes. So very yes. I will make a video and talk more on this, so that as a woman, a lady, man that is getting older, you feel you can no longer relocate again to any country or coming here to Cabo Verde. I think I really want to talk about it so you can understand how it is here in Cabo Verde. The other question here is, can someone find a cheaper apartment? I already shared video on apartment, having apartment, accommodation. I think those content are useful to you. Go to my playlist and check on tips on Cabo Verde. I shared 3 to 4 videos on that. Check it out so you get answer to your question, because I grind it all there. The other question goes by, can I find a lady to share apartment with and pay the rent together? It is very possible, but one thing you need to ask yourself, what about the period you relocate down or you visit, if there is nobody for you to pair up with? So I think you shouldn't think, oh, I am coming there to share with somebody. No, just think of yourself for you to find an apartment. But it is possible when you come here, you will see somebody that will house you. That is why I tell you guys to check the videos on, apartment, having accommodation. All these questions here, I already talked about it. And when you are watching videos, you guys should try and watch them very well so you understand. The other question here is price and how to book a hotel accommodation. How to book hotel accommodation is also in the how to book your flight from Senegal to Cabo Verde. So you should check that video out. How to book your flight from Senegal to Cabo Verde. I talk about it there, so you get answer to this your question. The other question here is, are there Nigerians there? So yes, there are Nigerians here. This person also goes by asking, are there Nigeria foodstuff there? That is, if Nigeria foodstuffs are being sold here. So yes, but they are very expensive, and again, not like it's a shop though. There are times you see them like plantain, yam. Not you really see this shop that is stocked with Nigeria foodstuff. No, here is an island. Some of the Nigerians, especially those in Praia is the capital of Cabo Verde, when they ship in any of this Nigeria foodstuff, so they take them to the other islands, they take them to Santa Maria. If you even see them, you count yourself lucky, because before you will even get to where the foodstuff is, one or two Nigerians has already bought it, and you will be so disappointed. The gari, which is cassava flakes, the yam, the plantain. If they tell you the amount for a little plantain or yam, to even eat that thing, will not even be in your mind again. There are Nigeria food stuff, but there is a season and a time for it. When you are coming to Cabo Verde, don't just put your mind in, oh, I am going to Cabo Verde to get Nigeria food stuff whenever I like. It's not like that. Just learn to eat any food you see here in Cabo Verde, because it's an island. This person asks, do they sell chemicals for liquid soap? I think this person is somebody that knows how to make soap, and he or she wants to sell this. My advice here is that there are chemicals, but not really common. And if you are coming here to do soap business, I think that is not a good idea, because on this island, everybody buys those things from the China shops, Cape Verdean shops. That will not be a profitable business for you here in Cabo Verde. The other question here says, which island are Nigerians more in? Nigerians are all over the island, so I can't say they are here more on Sa, they are here more in Praia, they are here more in Boa Vista. No, they are everywhere in Sa Island, Praia, which is the capital. I think Nigerians are more in the capital. Yes, they are also here in Sao, but I think they are more in Praia, which is Santiago. This question goes by, do you pay for any airport fee at Senegal or Cabo Verde? The airport fee here is the tax now. Agent booked my flight when I was coming to Cabo Verde then in 2023. When I got to Cabo Verde, which is prior, I paid only for tax and BTA, and the tax money is 31 euro. As I've said before, agent did everything for me, so I didn't really have a clue if there's any other fee again. There's a question here again, where do I book a boat, ferry, or ship going to Sa Island? If you are going to any of the islands, as I said before, you go to the islands by ship, ferry, or boat. You don't go to any of the island by bus or taxi, because here is surrounded by ocean. The two means of communication here is either by a ferry or by a. When you get to Praia, the ferry normally moves on Tuesday and Saturday. When you get to Praia on Monday, you take a taxi. Taxi will carry you for 10 euro. You just tell them that you want to book a ship going to any of the islands. They will not take you to the Porto. They call it Porto. So when you get there, the money they will take from you, aside from the 10 euro, if you are having escudos, is 1,000 escudos for the taxi. Then if you get to Praia either on Tuesday or Wednesday, you just have to wait till on Saturday, because the ferry moves on Tuesday and Saturday. You can book it down, but if you also go on Saturday morning, you will also get the ferry, but it will be of stress because there are lots of people there. I advise you go early so it gets to your turn. The other one again here, I think, okay, the last one here is a best city to visit in Cabo Verde. Best city, I've only traveled to St. Vincent and I loved it. St. Vincent is also populated compared to Praia. I love it there. So I can't really say the best island because every of the islands here are best. I believe you are satisfied with the answering of the questions. If you still have any question you think I need to add, you can drop it in the comment section for me. I don't really want this video to be a long one. I also have other questions which I'm yet to reply to, and that will be coming up. Thank you for your support. Bye.